if you were able to speak to a parent who's going to be sending their kid off to school soon to a university, and they're really worried that their student's going to end up becoming crazy, add some extra pronouns or whatever it is.
Making people go through DEI trainings, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. So if they don't want their kid to start making people go through DEI trainings when they're leading stuff, what advice would you give parents? Like, what can they do to equip their kids before they're sent into those universities?
That's a good question. I've thought about this too. I think starting conversations early, not in a way, you have to be careful with it because you have to have conversations about these important belief systems and what you believe in and why in a way that lets your child or your student come to that conclusion on your own. Like, for example, what my dad would do, which was really effective, incredibly annoying at the time, but he was right, is that we'd be driving somewhere, be sitting in the car, and he'd ask me a question about something that he knew I couldn't answer when I was drifting more into liberalism. And he would say, I just want you to think about it. I just want you to think about it. You don't have to answer. And one of the particular questions that I can remember was about like gun control and gun violence. I had a friend in the business school who would concealed carry. And he wouldn't carry chamber or anything, but he would concealed carry. And I was telling my dad about this, and I was like, that's just so annoying. I wish he wouldn't do that. I don't feel safe. And my dad's like, but Siena, like, people who want to do bad things will do bad things anyway, regardless of if your friend has a gun or not. But if, say, someone came into the business building and wanted to start committing an act of violence, wouldn't you rather your friend have a gun to defend themselves and defend you? And I would sit there and I'd be like, I'd always say, I'd be like, Dad, I don't want to talk about politics. And he's like, we're not talking about politics. We're just talking about gun control. I just want you to sit with that. I just want you to think about it. And that sort of stuff worked. And being able to just planting little seeds like that and being really strategic about it. And then knowing when to let off the gas. My dad was also good about doing that. Is he could start to see when I was like really getting agitated and he would let off the gas and then he'd wait a week and do it again and keep those thoughts at the front of my mind. And so that sort of stuff, bringing up conversations of like, okay, like say that I listened to your point and I agree with it. Let's talk about like what could happen on the other side and being able to really faithfully bring all perspectives to the conversation, and especially about like DEI and diversity and, you know, highlighting these different things about us in the name of being inclusive is like, is it being inclusive or is it just telling us like that we have to put each other in different boxes and we can't just view each other as Americans?